Hey, I'm Jeffrey.
I'm Krystal, and you're just chilling with JK. We are a married couple
with 3 beautiful kids
from Brooklyn, New York. Come chill as we discuss
whatever the we want. What's going on, y'all? Welcome back.
Welcome back to another episode. Thank you for being here. We really appreciate it.
Yes. Consistency is key up in this building, y'all. We back. No, we back in full effect. Let's get it.
Yes, and we enjoyed our conversation last week, so we wanted to dive a little bit deeper, like we mentioned, about being independent in your marriage and family, right?
Deeper.
So what does that mean? Basically, it means if you're married, right? Or no, perfect example, because I was watching Girlfriends.
Oh Lord!
And it reminded me of us when we were young, younger, and pretty much Joan was so involved in her relationship with Sean that she kept neglecting her friends. But she's a really good friend. But just that the fact that she just got into this relationship, it's been 4 months, and they've been dating, and calling each other boyfriend and girlfriend, and became intimate.
Yeah,
she neglected her friends. So it reminded me of us when we first started dating, or not really started dating, when we first became solid. Like what were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say like after parenthood. I was thinking like parenthood.
You're right, because technically you were still involved with your friends a lot.
Yeah. So we were party promoters together and all of this stuff.
Yeah, so you were still like deeply involved with your friends.
Yeah, even though I made time for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a well balanced.
You were very well balanced. I wasn't so balanced.
Yeah. So the thing is.
But anyway, back to us. So once we became a family with kids, we became very distant. Not on purpose, but we're just so captivated with our babies that we just didn't realize that we needed time with our friends.
Yes.
Right? But also it's mutual, right?
Yeah.
If you want to hang out with the person, then you'll make a way.
Yeah, you'll make a way. Yeah, you'll make a way to be around them and their kid too. Yes.
Yeah. So I was watching that episode while I was sewing today, and it reminded me of this topic, and she was just so involved in her relationship that she neglected her friends, but her friends spoke up and was like, you're forgetting us, blah, blah, blah. So now that we're like, how many years are we into our, parenting? So it's like 7 years. Going on 8 years.
Yeah, going on 8.
So
I just think about Lucas' age and then
yeah, that is true. So 8 years going on being parents together, and we realized now, like a little bit last year, right? We started realizing last year, analyzing, because we even had a topic about it, friends, on our podcast, that basically, like, we want friends, right? We want to have relationships that are meaningful and, things that you can do separate from your family, right? Not that we're trying to run away from our family, but just that we need independence. And so we were talking about this before in terms of, like, for me, I want to do things separate from the family, but it's like I told you, like I had like those fears of like being apart from you guys, right? Like it's like a feeling of like, dang, I missed them instantly. Like I remember one time when we were still living in New York, and I went to go get my wax at Bliss on 57th, and I took the train. And it was like, you were like, oh, well, are you going to do anything after your wax? And I was like, no. He's like, you're not going to walk around the city for a little bit or anything? I was like, nah.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, I'm about to get on the train and get back home. And it was like, yeah, like if I was younger, I would have been like, yeah, I'm about to go do this, whatever, But for me, like from when I can recall, like I just feel naked, like without you guys, right? Like I just feel like I'm missing something, like something's missing when I'm walking the streets by myself. Like I'm walking the streets by myself and it's like I'm just Krystal, right? But if I'm walking the street with you, like I'm a wife. I'm Krystal the wife.
Mm-hmm.
Walking the street with my kids, I'm Krystal the mom.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I have that identity attached to me.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I'm by myself, it was like, okay,
Who am I?
what does Krystal like to do?
Mm-hmm.
What would Krystal do if she was walking down the street by herself?
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, dang, like, you know, when did this all, change? But obviously it happened over time that I just not, and I don't find it like in a bad way, like lost myself, because I enjoyed being with you guys. I enjoyed just spending time with you guys.
Can I tell you something real quick?
I'm not trying to make you feel like I'm
just go to it. Yeah,
I'm
just
trying
get into
to explain to you like my feelings, like how I feel.
Yeah.
However, now like I see like, okay, and also maybe because my kids are getting older that I'm realizing like, okay, they're getting into their own thing. I need to be me, right? And then we also talk about like, who are we going to be outside of our kids when our kids leave? We have these conversations like, what are we going to do after the kids are gone? Because we can't just not know.
Gone out the house.
Yeah, like meaning gone out the house. Yes, like they decide
College.
they want to move out, or if they
have their own
decide they
place.
want to move to a different state
Yeah.
or a different part of the city. Of
Let's not.
living.
Let's not talk about other state. Let's just talk about. Let's not manifest that. I need my kids in the same state as me.
Okay.
I need to be able to. Hey, I'm just gonna come visit you real fast. I need it to be like that. We have a community. That's how it should be. Okay. No bag. I out of state. I gotta fly or nah.
So
I need same city, same state.
okay.
It could be a different city, but it could be same state.
Okay. So what, like we talk about that a lot. Like what would we do? Me and you, just Jeffrey and Krystal.
Yep.
But also it is a individual thing too. Like what would I do? Like I'm no longer needed in terms of like doing a whole bunch of things for these children, right? Yes, I know I would still be needed for certain things.
You'll be
at a different
needed.
age. I know. By you?
Yeah.
That's not what I'm talking
I lighten the load.
about. Yes, we lighten the load. However, so like for now, I'm just like, okay, Krystal, like you need to become the person you want to be, right? And being independent from the family. So who is Krystal? And so you've been asking me this a while, like maybe a couple of years now.
Yeah.
And, I never really had a full answer. And I think now, like before I was kind of like nervous that I don't know who I am or who I want to be. But now I'm like, that's okay. Like you're forever changing. You shouldn't ever want to just be the same person, right? For years to come. Yes, ideally certain values and stuff like that. But for me, I realized like just little things like, like I used to like going to the movies, but once we have kids, it's like, that's not an option. Like I'm not bringing my kids to be mad loud in the movie theater. Right. So so now like I like watching movies at home. Right. And so like those type of thing. But, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say the only reason why we're not in the movies right now is because the whole thing. But
I know, but I'm just saying
been
just
taking
in
them to the
general.
movies.
Yeah. Well, I don't think so.
I would have.
You would have the older two, but Nash,
I would have had him in there too.
You didn't take him for Sonic
because he was a baby.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm talking about right now, the age now.
Okay, at 3.
3, he'll be able to sit down for a movie for sure.
Okay, so like
is there something crawling on my back? We're in the closet. Sorry, guys. Just had to double check. All right, cool.
So basically, like for me, just doing things on my own, like it's kind of nerve-wracking because it feels like I'm not fully me. Like I'm not whole when I'm not with you guys. And I'm so used to being like so preoccupied in my mind state, right? So like, for instance, I went to the library by myself last week and it felt refreshing, right? But I also mentioned to you, like, it also felt like kind of weird because it was like I didn't have to like look around, make sure the kids are close, make sure that, okay, now we've got to hold hands across the street. Like my brain is always active and moving that now when I was by myself, right, walking, taking that moment, and I voluntarily said, babe, can I go to the library by myself? And I would never do that. You normally would be like, why don't you just go take a walk? And I'm like, no, I don't want to go for no walk. Normally I'll say things like that. But I'm reading this book, What It's Like Being Me, and just learning that like you are not just a mom. Like, it doesn't say that in the book, but just learning all the things that it did say in the book is just making me also identify like, yes, like it's okay for me to want to walk to the library by myself. I shouldn't feel guilty about that. And I feel like maybe I was just feeling guilty about like wanting to do things by myself. Maybe that was also part of it because I'm a mom, right? And you should always want to have your kids around you. But it's okay to not want them around you. And that's my thing now, like our thing. Like we like sending each other TikToks about like moms or like dads or like just parents in general, like of their kids like being annoying or like their kids doing something crazy and what like how we would react, right? And those things are really cool because it makes you see that like, your feelings are valid. Your feelings are like, it's okay even if it wasn't valid. But just understanding that like everyone goes through this, right? And we all deal with it in different ways.
Yeah.
So for me, walking to the library and taking that moment to just look around, enjoy the trees, go get my books that I had on hold.
Yeah.
But then like, this was so fast. And just walking regular. And I'm just walking regular. I'm not walking at a slow pace because I didn't have kids with me. Yeah. And even you said it was like, you came back so fast. And I was like I didn't walk fast, but I didn't rush back, right? Yeah,
because you said you was reading on your way back. Yeah, I was
reading and walking.
But the thing is, I was finished. I started eating when you left. I finished eating. I sat down for like 2 minutes, and you walked back into the door, and I was just like, I know I didn't eat for that long. I was expecting you to be gone for at least 40 minutes.
And see, that's the thing too. Like, it's like I didn't feel like I took long, but I felt like I took long. Like in terms of like walking there didn't feel like it took long, but it felt long being apart from you guys. If you understand
I get
what
that.
I'm saying.
I get it.
And so like on my way back, when I was walking back, I was like, I'm not walking fast, but I'm like, okay, well, whatever. Like, I'm just going to read while I'm walking, right? Yeah. But I'm still like, consciously paying attention and stuff like that. But it was just like something different, something new, because that's what I used to do when I worked at all different stores, Bliss, Armani Exchange. Yeah. I used to read on a train and stuff like that. So it just brought me back to like, oh, this is me. Like, I love doing this, And it was nice to like see myself as me before kids. But also I'm like on a different journey because obviously I was reading a homeschool book. Right? Yeah. And it was more it's nonfiction, where I used to read fiction, lots of fiction. But, even now, like, I'm just like, when we get a car, right, would I be that mom to be like, okay, I'm going to go to, not that I want to go to Starbucks. I wouldn't know what to order because you make my drinks. But like, would I be that mom to be like, oh, okay, perfect example. I'm going to go to Target, just to say I'm going to Target by myself. Just to say I'm going to Target by myself. Like, would I be that mom to just take a moment just to walk somewhere by myself? Like, would I do that? And so it's nice to have something to look forward to that would bring a change in our routine, I guess, because that's also a thing. Like, I love our routines. Like, being in a routine is my thing. Like, it feels like it's structured, it feels organized, it gives me moments to myself, it gives us moments together. Yeah. And so, like adding that to the routine, would that be something I would be interested in, to just do something that I want to do, right? Yeah. And just being independent from you guys, it was a little bit stressful before, but I feel like now I'm like gaining some type of like, okay, I think I would like this. I would like that. However, when you're not with me, right, that independence of you being apart from us, it's kind of scary, because like for me, like I worry a lot about you and safety, obviously, because like we're Black, right?
Yeah, Black man.
I don't need to go into details. We should all understand that. But in terms of that aspect of being independent and you separate, I know, like, for you, like, I worry. Yeah. I know you're good. Like, you could handle yourself. But however, like, as a wife, and as a mother, like, I want my husband to come home, like that type of stuff. So for me, like, if we're apart, like, that used to be a thing for us. Like, if I'm with the kids and you're away, like, not even far away, but just like, God forbid something was to happen to me right now, like, Jeffrey's not near me, like, it's kind of nerve-wracking, or vice versa. Yeah. It's kind of nerve-wracking.
I always think about, like, damn, something happens. I really got to rush back or, have to deal with something. But hopefully, the best always happens. So I'm like, yeah, I'm thankful for that. And I definitely feel what you're saying. But you definitely have to, like, figure out
how to cope, how to deal with it.
Not necessarily cope. I'm going off topic, kind of. I was talking about what you was talking about before. Like, you got to figure out, like, who you are, because the thing is, like a lot, you allowed me to take over, all of those worries of when we're together. Like, as far as, like, staying focused on what's happening on the street and stuff like that. Yeah, you watching for the kids, but, like, at the same time, overall protection is like your protector is kind of here. So it's like, oh, I don't have to worry about that part, which is good that we have that balance together. But as far as, like, by yourself, you still got to think about young Chris maneuvering New York City and looking over your shoulder and kind of analyzing, being analytical in those situations. But as far as what we were just talking about, as far as, help me here because I kind of lost it.
In terms of you being apart from us and having 3 kids to...
Oh, no, it was something else. All right. You just got to get to know yourself and be confident in who you are on your solo run. And once you figure that out, you'll be fine. But, like, you haven't been that person in so long that maybe that's what's the issue. It's not necessarily you're not this person. It's just that exercising is like exercising a muscle. If you don't work out a certain muscle, you're not gonna, strengthen it. So you lose, strength in it. If you don't use it, you lose it. So with that being said, just start training that muscle little by little like you are, and then you'll have your strengths back. That's how I see it as far as that. But being the mom that's strong, but obviously there's other levels that we'll have to get strong in further on. Being a dad, same thing. So, but as far as, like, our relationship, we communicate, so that's going to make us stronger. And I just feel like as long as we're exercising what we want, we'll receive everything that we're looking for, and which is confidence in all of these things, being ourselves and parents and couple and being interested in different things.
Yeah, I think that for sure it is it's something that I do have to relearn, being a person to go out on my own and experience things without you guys.
What things would you like to experience, my darling? That sounded so X-rated. Experience things without you guys.
Honestly, I'm not sure yet, but I think my first steps are like the library, right? Going to the library on my own sometimes.
What you're interested in, that's all.
Well, no, because I like going on nature walks, right? But I wished you were there with us. Like when I went on that walk without you, but I had the 3 kids with me. And as soon as you came and got us, I was like,
the 3 kids with me.
I wish you were here with us. It would have been more fun. So like,
there's certain things that you just don't want to separate.
Yeah, I don't want to do nature walks without you guys.
Yeah. You'll know exactly what you need to do on your on your dolo run. And I understand it. I actually want you to do it because I feel like I know myself. and I've been by myself a lot. And I know what I don't like doing by myself, and I know what I love doing by myself.
Mm-hmm.
And basketball is on top of the list, but with what my knees are feeling right now, I don't know where's that going or whatever the case may be. But hopefully, I'm able to still move around and do my thing. But other than ball, it's just creating, and I create by myself most of the time as of right now. But building a team.
So, how do you feel? Do you feel like you need more independence in this relationship, in this family?
Not necessarily independence, no. I feel like I need to just do the things that I want to do, like going to a concert.
Yeah.
Or, just like going to things that I would be entertained by, even though that I know that you probably won't be interested in it, and I'll have to go by myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be okay with it because obviously I did the J. Cole concert by myself too.
Mm-hmm.
So I was okay with that, even though.
But I feel like you say that, but it's like, when did I ever say that? Yes, even though I'm not interested in things that you like, I never said that I wouldn't want to be with you and experience it with you, because for one, we went to baseball games. I know nothing about baseball.
I know.
We went to a basketball game. I took you to the basketball game.
Yeah, because you knew I like basketball.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then
so
went to multiple ones with the kids.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, okay, I don't listen to rap music.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't really into basketball, but I want to be part of it with you because at the time you were my boyfriend, now you're my husband.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, why would I not want to experience things that you like? Like, you shouldn't just be the things that we both like, right? That's part of being married, right? You want to go to a concert doesn't mean that I wouldn't want to go with you. Like, yeah, like, it's not like you telling me, oh, let's go to a club. Like, that's different, right? A club, I don't want to go to a club because I don't want to be in a space compacted with people. Mm-hmm. Acting crazy. It's not my thing, right?
Yeah.
But a concert with you, like, I wouldn't mind doing that with you and doing the things that you like. However, if you wanted to do it by yourself, then that's a different story. Like, if you want to experience the concert by yourself, cool. Or you wanted to go with your group of friends, so it's like, like you're part of a group separate from your family, that's fine. Like, I'm totally fine with that, but I don't want you to think that I'm excluding myself from things that you like. Like, that's definitely not something I want you to have in your brain.
Oh, no, but I'm just saying, I know you're not interested in it, so I try not to, quote unquote, torture you in being in a space that you probably wouldn't want to be in. But, that's clear now, and it was clear before. I've known that before.
So you just want to actually do not necessarily be independent, but just more so do more things, things that are just like outside of the home, like things that are outside of the kids, like just more so like adult things.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I understand.
It's more. I'm a person that I like traveling. I like moving, not necessarily moving, but I like being around places, not necessarily party. Mm-hmm. I don't want to be just party. It's just
like a lounge, like somewhere you can sit down, have a drink,
yes, but not just that category. But I'm talking about like traveling, going to like Spain, like I did, and like revisiting Barcelona because
going to museums,
going to museums and hanging out and stuff like that, embracing the art world for what it is because. Watching Beyonce's concert recently with you, it's just like, you realize, these people are creating masterpieces, and this is like once in a lifetime. You only live here once, and from what I know, we only here once, and as who we are right now. And it's amazing to see, someone creating something from scratch. And how they trained for it and, break it down. Like all of these things, like embracing the art scene for, what it is and diving deeper into finding who I am as an artist. Mm-hmm. So those things of me traveling and experiencing new things is very important because it allowed me to create more. And that's what I want to do. I just want to do more things in that sense versus it being solo, because I know who I am when I'm solo, like, and what I enjoy doing by myself. But as far as experiencing new things, it can happen in any which way, as long as I'm experiencing something new, which is fine.
Yeah, because you don't like being by yourself, right? You don't want that independence of being separate from us.
No, I don't. It's not necessarily I don't like being by myself. It's just that if I'm at the end of the day, when I close everything off, I like walking into my house and seeing my kids and my family, my kids, my wife, everyone in the household. And I feel fulfilled, I feel happy, it just feels right. That's how I wanted my life to be. And it's happening thus far, thank God, And, I didn't want to be no outside dad or whatever, or not be able to sleep in the same household as my kids and not be in a happy marriage. So it's just like all of those things are happening. So as far as experiencing outside of the household, it's just experiencing new things and just doing things that's like not necessarily out of the ordinary, but out of the ordinary for me now, because I've been so gung-ho on being a father, a dad and a husband, so much that I tend to, not worry about myself in these circumstances, where when it's taking care of somebody else, like I will do it for someone else before I do it for myself. So with that, I just want to adjust it just a little bit where I make and, find that experience that I want to experience and, obviously make sure it balances out whatever I'm leaving at home in order for everyone to be happy. So it's like, it's a decision for me, but it's going to be done in a way where everyone's happy, not necessarily just me.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this was a good conversation.
Yeah. Hopefully, our listeners could learn a lot from it, or, start up the conversation with, you and your loved one and see where you guys, the questions are really, what do you see yourselves outside if you have kids when you have an empty nest? Should be one question you guys share with each other and, try to answer that first and then, jump into what you guys want to do individually, because I know ultimately you want to be, that designer that you want to be. And I know that goal, so I understand who you want to be individually and what your goals are, and you understand my goals as being a cinematographer for commercial and branding and all of this stuff. So it's just start off with that, explaining, to your spouse or whoever, girlfriend, boyfriend, and what is the empty nest goal if you have kids. And if you don't have kids, just ask, what are your plans ultimately being together long term, as far as like
80s.
Yeah, you got to think like alive, high numbers. Yeah.
Because that's our thing. Like we always said, we want to. Should we tell them? Nah. Let's just keep it for us for right now.
Yeah, but definitely think about the long road. Find peace. Find yourself, Miss Self Reader here. And that's all I got.
Thank you for listening, and we'll talk to you in the next episode. Feel the love. You can support us by
shopping
lastingeverafter.com.